Welcome back to Tabletop Assault. I'm David.
I'm Ross.
And today we're bringing you something really exciting. We're putting Kill Team back on Tabletop Assault. Very excited.
Absolutely. Now, we used to play Kill Team quite a lot back in 7th edition. We had some absolutely fantastic games. Then we kind of had to stop, because of 8th.
Yeah.
But now they've brought it back, so we're now playing Kill Team again, which will be absolutely awesome to bring our small amount of squads to just bring absolute carnage.
So I'm going to be bringing Grey Knights back to Kill Team today.
And I'll be using Chaos Space Marines.
Ross, what we're going to play?
So today we're playing Sweep and Clear. How that works is that basically it's victory points. We've got 4 objective markers where basically each one is going to be worth 3 victory points to whoever's holding it at the end of the game. And we also get 1 extra victory point for each enemy model that we kill. So you've got to think about killing your opponent, but you've also got to think about taking the ground as well.
So with that, let's show you the Kill Teams.
Well, we have here our Chaos Space Marine Kill Team. So what does it consist of? I have 2 Chaos Space Marines in there, both with bolt guns and bolt pistol, frag and crack grenades. Then I have 2 Chaos Space Marines also, they are gunners. One is going to be bolt pistol, frag and crack grenade. One is armed with heavy bolter and one is armed with a plasma gun. We then also have an aspiring champion. He's going to be armed with a plasma pistol and a power sword. And then I have 7 Chaos Cultists, all armed with auto guns. In terms of my leader and specialists, my leader will be my aspiring champion. My heavy will be the heavy bolter gunner. I will have a sniper, who is my plasma gun Chaos Space Marine. And I have a demolition specialist, who will be the ponytail Chaos Space Marine with the bolter.
So this is my Grey Knight Kill Team, and we have just 5 Grey Knights today. One's a Justicar, 2 are gunners, so let's crack on. So we'll start off with the guy at the front here with the Nemesis Force Sword. That'll be my leader with Valdor Mordrake, Justicar with a Stormbolter, Nemesis Force Sword and Leader Specialist level 1. We then have my normal Grey Knight Gunner with a Silencer here on the left. Next to him is another Grey Knight Gunner. Sorry, the Silencer is called Palenus Thule. The next Grey Knight Gunner is Draco Solar, who has a Psy Cannon, and he's my Heavy Specialist level 1. Next to him with a giant wielding hammer is Anvil Varn, the Grey Knight, and he has a Stormbolter, Nemesis Demon Hammer, and he's my Demolition Specialist. And then we also have, over here on the far right, we have Dristan Ordan, who's my Grey Knight with a Stormbolter, Nemesis Force Halberd, and my Zealot Specialist. Let's see how they get on. So for our first ever 8th edition Kill Team, this is what we're playing today. We are going to use the Killzone
Scepter Imperialis.
Scepter Imperialis, Ross, thank you very much. We've got our nice rune set. We've not got the set that came in the box painted yet, but that's coming, guys. Yep. So we've got our terrain. We're just going to go with a kind of simple scenario for this one. A lot of open space and terrain that we can work with both. However, let's roll for our environment.
So yeah, with Scepter Imperialis there can be something with environment that may help or hinder us. So we roll a dice, see what it is.
1.
With a 1, that is no additional rules. Do you want to re-roll that so we actually have an additional rule?
Where are we rolling that, Ross?
Yeah, okay, fair play.
What'd you get?
2, that is abandoned munitions. 1 extra model in each kill team can shoot with a grenade weapon they are armed with in each battle round.
Extra munitions?
So yeah.
Very nice. Next up, guys, we have our scouting phase as part of this mission. So on the left is Ross's nominated scouting dice. On the right is my scouting dice. So
basically the scouting phase is between a 1 and 6. You have a sort of bonus or a counter to your opponent, and so we don't reveal these to each other, we don't know what they are, so I'll reveal mine first, which is 6. 6 essentially eliminates sentries. If David has done a 5, about a fifth, I think it's maybe about 20% of my kill team can do a shooting attack on his sort of take forward positions. If he did a 5, he did a 6 as well, so he was hoping to eliminate, if I went for 5, he would eliminate my sentries. Essentially, I believe this doesn't really do anything because neither of us have forward position models. So, yeah.
So this is the deployment and our pretty much our setup. So Ross and I rolled off for greatest.
For strategic advantage.
Yep, Ross got the greatest, I got the least. So Ross chose this deployment zone down here. I was left with that deployment zone up there. But I got to finish deploying first. So my kill team is pretty much here, guys, as you can see, all bunched up. The 2 gunners, the 2 Grey Knights and the Justicar, all kicking about like some bros. Ross, talk us through your deployment.
Sure, so I've got a few more guys. I've got 2 cultists and my heavy bolter gunner specialist here. He's the heavy specialist. I then have the majority of my kill team down here with 3 cultists at the front, then 2 bolter Chaos Space Marines in the back, my other specialist with plasma gun here, my leader specialist down here, and then I've got 2 cultists up here as well.
Okay, so with that now we need to roll off for the initiative phase. So
Yep.
Ross, why don't you go ahead and roll your 2 dice?
That'll be 8.
8. What do I get? We reroll ties, don't we?
We do indeed.
So I got 7, so Ross will take initiative as we crack on to the movement phase.
So yeah, we have finished up our movement phase. So as I won the initiative, I moved all my models first. Now I actually moved these guys here slightly, basically to give me a better bead in case David actually came down this alley on the left here, because if he had, I wouldn't have been able to see him. However, he kind of made that a bit redundant. Then I moved all my cultists and Chaos Space Marines so they can get a better view on the middle of the field. And then up top, my cultists have been both moved into ready, so they get a bit of a priority when shooting. And my leader, who you can't really see, but he's glowing blade in the dark, is basically did nothing, just inspiring his troops. However, David, what did your kill team do?
So I've been quite aggressive, but we'll start with the non-aggressive model. My silencer, or Pelenus Thule, he is readying himself up. So staying back here, and he's also staying on the objective, trying to get some points.
Sure.
The rest of the kill team is actually all moved. So that's pretty much my leader, Voldar Mordrak, in the middle there. We've also got my Anvil Varn, the Thunderhammer, and we've also got the Dristan Orden leading the charge with the halberd. And at the very back, my heavy specialist, Draco Solor with the Psy Cannon. They've just all moved up, guys, because my army probably will do better in combat. So I'm probably want to try and close that gap as quick as I can. So we finished up the movement phase. I put my movement counter down there, guys, because I forgot to, but this squad has moved. Into the psychic phase. Tristan Ordan is going to start by manifesting Psybolt. It has to target the closest enemy unit, and our Psybolts are actually only 12 inches rather than 18.
Okay.
So 12 inches, it would be into this readied up cultist.
Yep, just on the second balcony.
Closest visible. So manifest on a 5 plus 2d6. So we nail it. So it's not D3 mortal wounds because I didn't get 11 plus. It's just 1 mortal wound, which you get no saves of any kind. So on a 4 plus, he's out of action. 1, 2, or 3, he's got a flesh wound. He has a flesh wound.
So I'm going to start with my ready models in the shooting phase. So ready models get a priority over everything else before everything else then takes it in turns to shoot. I think that's called fire at will when it's not the ready models. So I'm going to begin with my cultist up top here with his readied. And he is going to target basically your front Grey Knight there.
Tristan Ordan.
Tristan Ordan. So because you're in rapid fire range, it'll give me 2 shots. You're within half range, meaning I don't get -1, and you're not obscured, so I don't get -1 either. So I'm going to be forced to hit. Forced to hit. For both.
I think you're forced to hit normally.
Yes.
But you don't get any +1 to hit. You've got yeah.
So I'm forced to hit. You're not obscured. You're not. There's no modifiers here.
Yes.
Okay, and then it's going to be 5 to wound you.
Yep.
For 1 wound on him. So
normal armor save.
Yep.
Which I fail.
Which you fail. Now you do have command points.
Because you can put a bit of action with this gun, can't you?
I sure can.
So I'll use a command point to reroll that. Nailed it. But I'm down to 1 command point.
On this part, I feel I should quickly explain command points in this game. So command points, we generate 1 at the start of each battle round. So, you know, me and Dave do begin with 1. Now you generate an additional 1 if you are 10 points less than I think the player with the maximum amount. But me and David have also got 100 points each, so we don't generate any additional command points. However, both our leaders do generate 1 themselves, as long as they're not out of action or shaken, etc. So we basically have 2 command points apiece, but David has used 1, so he's down to 1.
So I'm going to activate my next ready model, which is Pelenus Thule with the silencer, and he's going to shoot all the way across at Ross's plasma gun.
So plasma gun is 3rd from the right there. So yeah, how does it work?
So I'm long range because you're more than 12 inches away,
sure.
And also you're obscured by that cultist in front of you. So I'm actually hitting you on 5s, but I do get 6 shots.
1 and a cocked.
Okay, so 1 goes through. And it's 4s to wound because it's strength 4. For nothing.
So I'm going to go with the cultist that's next readied, who has suffered a flesh wound. And he is going to target this Grey Knight at the front.
Dristan Ordan.
Again, so I don't get the obscured negative on him as well. So I'm going to be 5-6. I've got a flesh wound, but I'm rapid fire range, so 2 shots, hitting on 5s. 1 cocked. For 1 hit, I'm going to wound you on 5s. For a wound.
3 up save. Nailed it.
So I'm going to start the sort of fire at will stage of the shooting phase because we've done all our readied models. And I'm going to fire with my plasma gun into this Grey Knight here.
The guy in the back with the silencer, my heavy specialist.
Yeah, because I'm only able to see those 2 guys. Now, at the moment you are obscured, David, so that is -1 to hit, which is kind of dangerous. However, I'm going to use Careful Aim, which is Sniper Specialist level 1 tactic, which adds +1 to my hit rolls. So I essentially hit you on 3s, and due to being a Sniper Specialist, I reroll 1s to hit. I'm going to supercharge this to try and cause more damage. So 3s to hit, rerolling 1s. So both hit.
Okay.
It's going to be 2s to wound you as I'm supercharged at strength 8. So both wounds, -3 AP.
So 6 up saves. None ignored.
So you've only got 1 wound, and how it works when you resolve damage and going out of action, you only count the last wound that took you. So that would only be your last one, but I am 2 damage, so I get 2 tries to put you out of action. Now you are obscured, so I'm -1 to put you out of action. So it's going to be 5s to kill you, or 1 to 4 you get a flesh wound. So you've just got a flesh wound.
It's now my turn to shoot, so we're going to put a shoot counter in a moment on the front guy, Tristan Ordan. He's going to shoot his Storm Bolter. He's actually within rapid fire range of Ross's Heavy Bolter. And I'm going to use my last command point to use the Grey Knight Tactics Sidebolt Ammunition.
Yep.
Choose a Storm Bolter and a model that you're shooting with, essentially becomes strength 5 and -1 AP.
Yeah.
So a glorified Heavy Bolter.
So we should notice that you've got transhuman physiology, so you don't suffer the -1 for having a flesh wound.
He's not been flesh wounded.
Oh, of course, no, he hasn't.
We're not shooting the Psy Cannon yet. However, I will be -1 to hit because of law in the obscured models in front of him.
Yep.
So these are 4s to hit. So we get 2 hits. And there'll be 3s to wound because I'm now strength 5 with Sidebolt Ammunition. For 2 wounds, it's -1.
-1, so it's going to be 4 up saves. For 1 saved, but 1 has gone through, so you get 1 attempt to try and put me out of action. Now it will be a 5+.
Because you are obscured.
I am indeed.
So 5+ bit of action. Nope, he just suffers a flesh wound.
So it's now my shooting. I realise David is clearly targeting my specialist weapon, so I'm going to fire him before David might take him out. I'm going to go with my Heavy Bolter next, and he is going to... Everyone's actually obscured. Even the guy at the front is slightly obscured by these. So it doesn't really matter who I target, so I'm going to target is your Psy Cannon in the back.
Draco Solar, who's already got a flesh wound, so you as well.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to activate a stratagem. It's the heavy one called More Bullets. It means I get 1 extra dice when shooting, so instead of being heavy 3, I'm going to be heavy 4, and I ignore the heavy roll because I'm a heavy specialist, and I did slightly move. So 4 shots, hitting on 4s.
Worth mentioning, you also ignore the flesh wound that you've taken.
I do. I've got transhuman as well, so I ignore that one. Well, I get -1 to the amount, so I'm still hitting on 3s, but -1 because obscured. So 4 shots, hitting on 4s. For only 1, oh, that obscured cost me dearly, and it's going to be 3s to wound you. For 1 wound.
-1 will bring me to a 4+ save.
Sure will. You're all fine.
We're next going to go with Draco Solar, the flesh wounded Psy Cannon at the back. Now, I can split my shots up here because I've got 4 shots in total. But I'm actually going to do all 4 shots just into one of your Space Marines.
Okay, okay.
Purely because I just want to get something killed.
Yeah. So which one are you going for?
We'll go for him there.
He's my demolition specialist.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Thank you for highlighting that. So all 4 shots in demolition specialist. Now I am heavy, so I ignore the penalty for moving.
Yep.
I do have a flesh wound, but because I'm transhuman, I ignore that penalty as well, and I'm within half range. So it's just a penalty for having those cultists in front of you, Ross.
Sure.
So hitting on 4s. Oof.
Ooh.
I'm strength 7 with this, so it's 3s to wound. For only 1 wound though, and it's -1.
-1's going to bring me a 4+ save. Nope. So do you want to roll to see if you bring him out of action. It'll be -1 because I'm obscured.
Yeah, so 5 plus is out of action. Anything else is a flesh wound. It's another flesh wound.
So as I've suffered wound my demolition expert, I'm going to fire back onto Tristan Ardan at the front. Now we're not counting objective markers as obscuring because in the box they're actually really flat, so they don't really count. So we're going to say that's okay for this game. We okay with that?
Yeah, sure. I forgot to mention he's shot.
Yeah. So I'm going to fire into him. Now, as you're not obscured, I don't get the bonus of you getting +1 to wound, but I will get no obscure result, so it's better to hit, harder to wound. So yeah, let's roll to hit. I'm going to need 3s as you're within rapid range and half range. For 1 hit, it's going to be forced to wound you because I've just got a bolter. For no wound.
Anvil Varn, my thunder hammering demolition specialist, is going to shoot rapid firing Stormbolter into your remaining Space Marine there.
Yeah.
Who hasn't shot yet.
Okay.
So it'll be 4 shots with the Stormbolter. We are obscured, so -1. Oh well. 4 hits, 3 hits. I do get +1 to wound then because you are obscured.
Yep.
So normal 4 wounds go to a 3 up wound, and that's because of my demolition trait. So 2 wounds, no minuses, just normal saves.
Yep, it's 3+ save.
Nailed it.
So I'm going to activate next. It's going to be my Chaos Space Marine in the middle. Now he's not a specialist in any way. However, I had a check there, and this sort of Grey Knight that's in the middle,
Mordrake, my leader,
is in no way obscured. No terrain, and your front Grey Knight that was kind of shielding isn't quite doing it from the angle. Yeah. So I'm not a specialist in any way, but at least I'm going to be 3s to hit you, which is not too bad.
Rapid firing.
Rapid firing, 1 miss. It's going to be forced to wound you. For 1 wound.
3 up save.
Ooh, and you have used your reroll this time. You've got no command points yet.
No, not at all.
So it's going to be a 4+ to put you out of action. Nope, it is just going to be a flesh wound.
The last Grey Knight to shoot will be Mordrake, my leader himself. He's going to split his Stormbolter shots because I'm within rapid fire, so it's 4 shots. I'll do 2 onto this cultist, 2 onto that cultist, and there'll be no minuses, no nothing.
Yeah, so how you can split your shots as long as you choose a primary target, which will be my middle cultist, and you can choose to split your shots into other units that are within 2 inches of them. So that'll be the cultist on the left there.
Yeah. So we'll start with the middle guy first.
Yep.
2 shots, hitting on 3s.
Both hit.
We'll just resolve this first.
Of course.
Mind Ross.
3s
to wound. 3s to wound. 2 wounds.
2 wounds, I get 6 up saves. For neither. Now, obviously, you lose only one of them because the last wound. So 4+, he's taken out.
So he's out of action.
Yep.
So that's the middle guy.
Yep.
And we'll just resolve the next cultist. No hits.
Now that David has done all his firing, it's basically going to be cultist time. So I'm going to start with this cultist here, who is going to target your leader there, as he's just not quite obscured.
Yeah, Mordrake.
From the guy in the front. It's going to be forced at you for 1 hit. It's going to be 5 to wound you for none.
I'm going to move on to the next guy.
Next guy, now he's not obscured from firing this guy here.
Tristan Ardan, who's been taking a lot of shots.
Yeah, so I'm going to be forced at you.
Rapid firing.
So for 1 hit, it's going to be 5 to wound you for no wound. Going to go with this cultist next, who is going to target your leader.
Mordrake.
Everyone's obscured.
Yep.
And I kind of want to bring down your leader because that'd be really handy. So as you're obscured, it's going to be 5s to hit you. I am within rapid and not within long range. So 1 hit, 5s to wound you though. For 1 wound.
Just 3 up save.
Indeed.
Nailed it.
You're fine. And the second cultist beside him is going to do the same.
Okay.
So that's going to be 5s to hit. For 1 hit. 5s to wound. For no wounds.
Again, because he was obscured.
So we're now on to the morale phase. Now you might be thinking to yourself, why didn't you do the charge and the fight phase? Well, there's actually no charge phase in kill teams. You actually charge in your movement phase. So you can choose to either move, ready, or charge. And so yeah, we didn't have any charges first turn, but we might see some this turn. I think that might be David's plan. So with no one actually charging last time, then we're on to the morale phase. So there's a couple of things to check. Check if your team is broken. So to be broken, you're automatically broken if all your models have either got flesh wounds, shaken, or out of action. Now at the moment, neither team has over 50% of the entire team suffering that. So we're not automatically broken. And then you check if over half the team has suffered a flesh wound, shaken or out of action, which neither of us are at the moment. So we just have to take nerve tests. Now anyone who has suffered a flesh wound in this kill team does suffer a nerve test. Now we have sort of used the nerve test tokens, or I think it's actually the see if there's shaken tokens to check for nerve tests or flesh wounds. So all these guys will have to take nerve tests. So what we get is that each model, friendly model that is shaken or is out of action adds +1 to our result, and each other friendly model other than shaken ones within 2 inches -1. So with David doesn't actually need to suffer one at all. His guys, all that suffer flesh wounds, all near guys who are buffing them, and he has a really good leadership, so he's not suffering any. I would have to suffer one on my heavy bolter, but I've got guys near me that are protecting him, so that's fine. Same with this sort of demolition expert there, but my cultist up here does need to take one here. So this is to work out if he will be shaken, and I believe I will only get I will get no modifier because I've not got anyone nearby, and there is no one else who is shaken nearby because no one's been shaken yet. So on a 6 he becomes shaken, which he does not. So in the morale phase we're all kind of fine, but how that can change depends on how many casualties we get as we go into kill team turn 2. So that is the end of our kill team turn 1. So how's it actually gone? Well, the Grey Knights have suffered 2 flesh wounds on 2 of their kill team. Now that's not so much a big thing because they do get to ignore 1 from them on modifiers. Equally on my part, I have suffered 3 of my kill team suffering a flesh wound. Now obviously if they kill me, you can actually just be put straight out of action. I've also lost 1 cultist as well. So I've still got a huge amount in my kill team, but the Grey Knights are bearing down on me. So we've now got to roll for initiative to see who goes first in turn 2.
Battle round 2, let's roll off to see who gets initiative. I'll go first if you don't mind.
Okay.
So I've rolled a 5.
Lovely,
Okay,
because I really want this. Oh no!
So you rolled a 4, and I don't think there's any way to re-roll any of this.
I don't think so. With command point re-rolls, I don't think you can actually re-roll the initiative. So yeah, we are going to be going you getting the first movement phase. Just to say on command points, we will both get 2 extra this turn because 1 extra for the battle round, and both our leaders are not shaken or out of action, so they do add 1 as well.
His leader's in the shadows, guys. Okay, so interesting things have happened here. I've readied up Tristan Ordan, readied up my my Solar, who's my Psy Cannon, and the rest of the guys have all moved up as well. That includes the Silencer, my leader, the Hammer. They've all moved up. It's getting aggressive, but Ross has equally become aggressive. He's brought his leader out to play, but the rest of his army, what did you do?
I readied everything. It just means I'm going to put out a heck of a lot of shots before you, hopefully. And I need, you're only 5 guys. Surely I can bring 1 or 2 down.
Yeah.
If I unleash bullets all over you. But I've got to pray it works out well, because if it doesn't, that'll be tragic.
Okay. Psychic time. Into the psychic phase, and Anvil Varn is going to Psybolt into your leader, who's actually the closest model.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. Yep, go for it, David. It's got to get a 5. Oh! So you peril, but you also get it off. So let's resolve me first. I suffer a mortal wound.
Is it not D3 because I rolled more than
11?
Yeah,
I suffered D3 mortal wounds. Go for it, David. D3 mortal wounds.
It's probably bad though, I think.
I think it's going to be worse for me.
It's bad.
It's just 1. So we just checked how perils work. What we've actually got to do first is work out what happens to this Grey Knight here, because he might actually cause the power to fail by exploding. So we're going to treat this one as your sort of mortal wound for your guy. I actually want you to survive, because if you die, you're going to explode and kill a lot of my guys.
We've worked out there's 4 of your models in jeopardy if my guy explodes, so actually I could do more damage by killing myself.
Yeah. So you've suffered 1 mortal wound, there's no way to save it. On a 4+, you explode and take many of my guys to the warp with you. Do not die. Oh, jeez, oh. So he's dead.
He does die, which is bad.
And then everyone within 3 inches of him suffers a D3 mortal wounds. We're going to count this out and tell you what happens. So we had a check there after that explosion of the Grey Knight turning into dust. Who he's going to drag into the warp with him? The answer is none of the Grey Knights. They were kind of just out. Even that one that was slightly close, not within 3 inches. However, my aspiring champion, my cultist at the top, my cultist in front, and my plasma gun were just all in range of the 3-inch explosion. So they suffered D3 mortal wounds each. Now, because each mortal wound only causes 1 damage, is basically I'm going to suffer 1 injury result per one because I've lost my last.
So we're going to skip rolling the D3 mortal wounds because it's not going to have an impact because they are lost essentially.
Yeah, so let's begin with the cultist, see if...
On the top of the floor?
Yeah, see if he suffers flesh wound or he's out of action.
Top of the floor?
Top of the floor.
Cool.
He's gone.
That's the top one.
Yeah. Cultist in the front of the plasma gun is gone. My plasma gun...
This is, you don't want to lose this.
I don't want to lose my leader either. He's giving me command points. Whoa.
Whoa. Reroll that.
Reroll that. Plasma gun is flesh wounded and my leader, and I really want him to survive. I'm going to use command point to reroll that. You can use command point to reroll an injury table result. And he has suffered a flesh wound as well.
So Solar is going to shoot his psi cannon. He's my heavy specialist down the alleyway into your plasma gun.
God.
I've got no obscurity. I'm within half range and I haven't moved, and I ignore my first flesh wound due to transhuman. So I'm just got 4 shots hit normally here.
Yep.
So 4 shots hitting on 3s with my psi cannon. So 3 hits.
Okay.
Strength 7. So a wound on
3s.
3s, yep. So 2 wounds, it's -1 with a psi cannon.
So it's 4 up armor save. Made it.
Nailed it.
So my Buzz gun is looking a bit scared now. He's going to activate next as he's a readied model, and I'm going to fire at the silencer.
Yeah. Front.
So I am not obscured in any way on this one, and I'm going to activate carefully in the sniper tactic to give me +1 to hit, bringing me, well, I think that would be
2+.
2+ to hit, and I get to reroll ones, and I'm going to supercharge.
Yeah, you ignore your flesh wound.
I ignore my flesh wound to the -1. So 2 to hit, reroll ones. Don't need anything. It's going to be 2s to wound you. For 2 wounds, now you need that result back.
6 up saves. Nope. So
neither. So
1 dice roll.
Well, it's actually 2 dice roll because it's 2 damage.
Go for it.
But both wounded, but 2 damage from the last wound.
He's out of action. Sorry, Ross. I have to roll the injury table there.
Yeah, it's the controlling player that actually gets to do the injury table. So I really want you to roll a 4. You can re-roll it if you've not used re-rolls already.
Okay. And then I can use my reroll, can't I?
Yep. So 1, 2, or 3, and you should be okay.
I'm down to 1 command point, I believe now. He's actually took a flesh wound. Tristan Ordan is now going to use his shots. He was readied. And he's going to shoot his Stormbolter into Ross's leader with the flesh wound. I'm actually going to use my last command point for this battle round to use Cycle Ammunition, giving his Stormbolter strength 5 and -1.
Oh my.
So there's no modifiers for these rolls at all.
So 3 step.
Yep, 4 shots. So 3 hits. I'll be 3s to win because I'm now strength 5. So 3 wins, it's -1.
So 4 up saves.
Yeah.
For 1 getting through, so I'm going to roll my damage table. So you would be saying I'm going to use my last command point because I used the other one to reroll in the psychic phase. So I'm going to try and keep him alive. So yeah, he's just suffering a flesh wound. So this crazy cultist up here is going to attempt to snipe Dave's leader. Pretty much my whole army is now ready, so I'm going to put a whole bunch of shots here.
We just ran out of tokens for him.
Yeah, so it's going to be 4 sticks, you're not obscured. For 1 hit. 5s to wound you. For nothing. Next up is going to be my regular Chaos Space Marine bolt gun. He's going to fire at this guy here. It's not actually obscured there either. And I've only got, I don't have any flesh wounds in him. So it's still going to just be 3s to hit. For neither. Gonna go with my demolition expert next, who is going to target David's leader.
Mordrake.
So I have suffered a flesh wound, but I ignore that for transhuman on the first one, and then it's just -1 from there. And then I am going to get +1 to wounds because you're obscured. But it's going to be 4s to hit you because you are obscured. For 1 hit. 3s to wound you because I'm a demolition expert. Ooh. Cultist at the front here is going to rapid fire into leader. I need to do something. It's going to be 5s to hit because you are obscured. For 1 hit. It's going to be 5s to wound you. For 1 wound.
3 up save. Nope, so he takes a flesh wound.
No, you got to do an injury result.
Oh no!
So
yeah, you're totally right. Totally right.
Go down.
No, he takes a flesh wound.
This cultist gonna bring down your leader. Gotta do something. 5s to hit. For 1 hit. 5s to wounds. That's cocked. No, I'm gonna put the other cultist into there. I need to bring him down. For 1 hit because it's obviously -1 to obscured. 5s to wounds.
Nope.
Nope, it's going to be heavy bolter time. I'm just going to put 3 heavy bolter shots straight into your leader, try and bring him down. It's going to be 4s to hit you because you are obscured. For 2 hits,
okay.
It's going to be 3s to wound you. For 1 wound, -1 AP.
4 up save. Failed.
Roll your injury table. Right, finally go down.
It's another flesh wound.
Goodness.
Going to now start with my silencer here. He is going to shoot all his shots into your leader who's got 2 flesh wounds already.
Uh-oh.
So I have moved some -1 to hit, but there's actually no other penalties.
No, they're not obscured in any way.
So 6 shots hitting on 4s. For 3 hits, that's quite good. We are 4s to wound, because I'm only strength 4.
Oh.
Now you do get a normal 3 up save because it's AP dash.
Yeah, so yep.
So you're okay.
However, I do have one last shot from my plasma pistol on my Chaos Space Marine champion. He's going to target Dave's leader because we're both on 2 flesh wounds apiece.
Yeah, I probably should have shot with him first.
Yeah, possibly, but I'm going to be -1 to hit, so that'll bring me 4s to hit, and I will not supercharge because I just need to flesh wound you.
Yeah.
So 4s to hit, I really need this to hit. We hit, it's going to be 3s to wound you because I'm only strength 7. We get it. If you get a 6 here, I'm going to be devastated.
Nope.
Nope, and it doesn't really matter what you roll in the injury table, he will be down to 3 flesh wounds.
So he'll be dead. We do just want to point out, in the previous rolls, we should have been rolling 5+ for his out of action rolls because he was obscured, but it didn't make a difference.
Didn't make a difference.
So we're now into the morale phase, and my tactical error of not shooting my leader first may have cost the Grey Knights dearly. So we now need to check and see if our kill teams are broken. We both have more than 50% of our force either out of action, shaken or flesh wounded, so we now need to roll less or equal to our highest leadership that's active at the moment. So mine will be 7 because I've only got Grey Knights left, and yours will be 8 because you have a sergeant left.
Yep.
So
champion.
I'll go first. So I need to roll 7 or less on 2d6. Nope, so I'm definitely broken.
You're definitely broken. Will I be joining you? I will not.
You're absolutely fine. Now let's get ready for nerve tests.
So we're now testing for nerve tests. Now David actually has all his guys still within 2 inches of each other. So that adds +2 to his nerve test, and he minuses 2 because 2 are out of action. Cancel each other out, David can't fail. I, however, can. With quite a few. So my cultist up here, my sparring champion, my single cultist, even though he's buffed by 3 other guys, can fail. And these 2 cultists can fail by a wee bit as well. So let's begin with this cultist, see if he is shaken. If you become shaken, you cannot do anything until you become unshaken. The only way to become unshaken is if you are essentially sort of next turn, so you have to wait a whole turn to do anything. So you really don't want to become shaken, so in a 3+, this guy's not doing anything. So he is shaken, so he won't be doing anything. My spine champion, on a 6, so he is fine. My cultist, surrounded by guys, is fine, because he needed a 6. My cultist here, on a 5+, is fine. And my other cultist here, on a 5+, is shaken. So I've got 2 shaken models, 2 cultists, will not be doing anything, as they're a bit too scared.
So guys, we're just going to do something we should have thought earlier because we're not smart.
Yeah.
So the flesh wounds are all the red dice now, counting them up, and we've actually put the shaking counters on the models that are actually shaking.
Yeah, we should have combined a little bit of what we do with 8th edition. When you suffer wounds, put red dice. It's a lot smarter, I swear.
We're learning.
We're learning.
Right, initiative time for battle round 3.
Okay, I really want to get this. That's going to be 8.
It's going to be 8, so I think we roll again, don't we?
Yep.
This is Ross rolling here.
It's going to be 7.
7. It's going to be me.
It's 11, so yep.
Grey Knights, battle round 3. So, Grey Knights, battle round 3. Just we thought we'd pause a bit here, give my thoughts on how this is going. Kill Team 8th edition feels really good. When you actually get through the learning curve of the game, it starts to flow really nicely. We hope you guys at this point are actually enjoying this. My team probably need to stay close together because I'm now broken, guys. So I need to stay close to make sure that nothing bad happens, so I can also keep my nerve test modifiers. But I've got a priority target this round. I need to kill your leader and I need to kill your plasma gun.
Yeah.
So let's plan as we go into the movement phase for battle round 3.
So we have finished up our movement for our kill teams. David's is pretty simple. What'd you do?
So readied everything.
Yeah, David is planning to just basically pile on shots to try and whittle me down. I am almost the same. However, I advanced my cultist here forward. The reason for that is I know David was planning to psychic my champion to death before he did anything. He just needed to cast it to kill him. So I moved the cultist forward to die to psychic, along with my aspiring champion is now behind cover. This cultist up here is shaken, so can't do anything. My 2 Chaos Space Marines, my Demolition Expert with the ponytail and the regular guy in front, are covering the plasma gun. Plasma gun readied himself. My Heavy Bolter moved out to get a clear line of sight onto one of David's Grey Knights, and then I readied this cultist here as well. So it's a bit of movement, a bit of readying as we go onto the psychic phase.
Tristan Ordan is going to Cybolt closest enemy unit, which is obviously this guy here.
Haha!
Let's go for it. Cybolt time. So we get it because it's a casting on a 5.
Just 1 mortal wound, so it's just straight onto the injury table.
Yeah,
I'll roll
because
it. 4+ is gone. He's gone.
no point in saving him.
I'm not up for saving him.
Psy Cannon back here is going to shoot everything it has into your plasma gun.
Okay.
Even if I can get 1 more flesh wound on him would be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
So 4 shots, a -1 because you're obscured by your own models, and -1 because my kill team is now broken. So it's 5s.
What?
Shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't, I agree.
So 4 hits.
What's your strength?
7.
3's to win.
3's to wound. 2 wins, it's -1.
-1, so it's going to be 4 up saves. I've definitely failed 1 even if I re-roll this, so yeah, but it's still a roll on the injury table. I will take the flesh wound. So I'm going to go with my plasma gun specialist next, who is going to target this Grey Knight that is not obscured out in the front. So I'm -1 ticks, I have suffered 2 flesh wounds now, I only ignore a -1 tick, so that's going to be forced to hit. I'm going to use the plasma gun specialist sniper again, so I get +1 to hit, and I get to re-roll 1. So basically, I'm going to supercharge. On a 2, I kill myself.
Yeah.
On a 2, I die, or a 1, but I get to re-roll the 1. So it's going to be forced to hit, re-roll 1s. So I only get 1 hit.
Okay. 2's to wound.
It's going to be 2's to injure. For 1 wound.
It'll be a 6 up save.
Sure will.
Because you're AP3. So he fails.
Okay, it is 2 damage, so you roll 2.
So it doesn't matter about the rerolls because I don't believe I get to reroll both.
No, you get to reroll 1 of them.
So my last guy here is Tristan Ordan to shoot with his Stormbolter, and we're going to Cybolt ammunition it. We're going to try and put it into your leader. We just have to get a flesh wound to knock him out of action.
Okay.
So it's 4 shots now. We're hitting on 4s because my kill team is broken, and another -1 because you're obscured, so hitting on 5s. For 1 hit, we are strength 5 with Cybolt ammunition, so we wound on a 3. So we wound, it's -1 to your save.
Okay, so 4+, or he's actually dead. Whoa, lost it.
You got another dice, sir?
Sure do. 4+. He's fine.
Go for it.
It's going to go with my cultist next, who is the next readied model, and he's going to target this Grey Knight here.
Okay.
So I'm going to say you're partly obscured just slightly, so it's going to be 5s to hit you. So for 1 hit, 5s to injure again.
Cool.
1 wounds.
No modifiers, so 3 up. He fails.
You do have a command point. Oh no, you
don't. Use them all up. Use them all up. So he has got a flesh wound.
So my aspiring champion next is going to put plasma pistol straight into. We'll go with your zealot here because I kind of need him brought down.
Go for it.
Because if he starts charging, he'll shut people down. So I am going to be -1 to hit because I've suffered 2 flesh wounds, but I ignore one of them. And I think that's it because I'm obscured. I'm not going to supercharge because I might die. So it's going to be 4s to hit you. So I do hit you. It's going to be 3s to injure. 4 wounds.
6 up save.
Yep.
Failed.
And it's just 1 damage, so
he's out of action.
Heavy Bolter next is going to put his shots into the Psy Cannon.
Psy Cannon indeed.
Psy Cannon. It's 3 shots. I am no penalties. You are covered, so it's going to be -1.
Okay, there's terrain in there then.
There's terrain, and I do have heavy, so I don't suffer the effects of being heavy. So it's going to be 4s to hit you with 3 shots. For 2 hits.
Cool.
It's going to be 3s to injure. For 2 wounds.
4 up save. Fails 1.
Fails 1. See what the injury table is.
He has got a flesh wound, so he's got 2 flesh wounds.
And my last shooting for this phase is going to be 2 Chaos Space Marines. One is a Demolition Expert, but you're not covered, so that means I don't get any bonuses. So I'm just going to roll them all at the same time.
Go for it.
4 shots, hitting on hit on 3s. It's 2 hit. Going to be 4s to injure. For no wounds.
So into the morale phase, I'm already broken, so we don't have to test for that, but Ross needs to test to see if he'll be broken.
Yep, I've not actually calculated what it is yet, but as long as I don't roll high, I'm definitely broken.
So we're both broken. No, that's going to impact what's coming next.
No.
So I've got a nerve test for this Grey Knight. I've lost 4 Grey Knights, and my leadership is 7, so in a 4
plus.
1, 2 or 3 is fine,
Yep.
and a 4 plus it's shaken. So he's okay just now.
So now it is the nerve test for my team. So I have lost 4 guys in this kill team so far. So I have a whole bunch of tests to make. Everyone's marked up with what they passed, but for each guy that does fail, everyone else will get an additional -1.
Okay.
So we'll start with the champion. On a 5, he will fail. So he is fine. We'll then go with the next highest one, so Demolition Expert. Has failed, so he is going to be nerved. Everyone else is going to be -1, so we'll start on a Plasma because he'll pass on a 4. He'll fail on a 4. So he is as well. This will put this guy is going to be -2 to everything. So he's going to be now failing on 3s.
This is your Space Marine.
Yep, so he's failing. So that's -3 to everyone. So he can only, I think he now -3, can only pass on a 1.
That's your Heavy Bolter.
He is shaken as well. And my cultist can only ever pass on 1, so
Yep. One up top.
he is shaken. This one next. Shaken. This one. Shaken as well. Only my champion passed his nerve test. So that is it for our kill team turn 3. And although it may have been bad for David, suffering quite a few casualties there, equally bad for me that everyone failed their nerve test but my aspiring champion. Basically, as one begins to fail, they all begin to. It's really odd how it works where in terms of you take away all the nerve tokens just before you roll for nerve tests, but for each guy that fails within your kill team, it's essentially another -1 to everyone. So your casualties plus the people who failed previously just shut down my kill team, almost all of them. So yeah, I need to actually now get my guys back together to be able to keep them sort of in morale, because now they're all getting scared.
So we just want to pause here as well. We're going into battle round 4, so we're about to roll for initiative, but we actually forgot something. We'll just show you the book, guys, if you don't mind, Ross.
Yep. So what it is basically each time a model suffers a flesh wound, we actually are supposed to add 1 to the result when they actually then take another injury result. So we should have been accumulating that. we didn't take that into consideration, but both our kill teams didn't take into consideration.
Yeah.
So we'll let us slide on this one, David.
Yeah. Going forward.
Because we both forgot.
So initiative time. I'll roll first this time, Ross.
Sure.
So Grey Knight initiative. I've rolled a 9.
You've rolled a 9. I'm going to roll a mighty 9.
Okay, I'll start again.
Yep.
7. Oh.
Double 1.
So Grey Knights have a chance to maybe steal the game. Done in the movement phase. So that should be ready, guys. So he's readied up. Not going to move because Ross will just counter that by readying his sergeant up or champion up and shooting back at me. Ross, what have you done in response?
So I moved my guy. I couldn't move him into complete obscurity to try and make sure you couldn't shoot me, but I have moved myself behind cover, and I have taken this objective, which, if this game ends now and he is still alive, I should win. But if he dies, it's going to be a problem.
So that's my heavy specialist, the last remaining guy, and he's going to use his, my only command point I've really got left to use a tactic extra munition, giving him an additional shot. So I now have 5 shots with the side cannon, so it's heavy 5. I'm -3 because you're obscured, my team is broken, and I have 2 flesh wounds.
Yeah.
I ignore the first flesh wound, but the second I do not. 5 shots.
You're okay.
Hitting on 6s.
Oh, we've got 1.
We've got 1. I wound you in 3s because I'm strength 7.
Yep.
It's a wound. It's -1.
So 4 plus, and this game's kind of done.
50-50.
You know, 4 plus, this game keeps going. 1-3 is going to be really difficult. He is, in fact, passed the armour save, so he is still alive. So my plasma pistol back. I'm going to fire at you, David. Now I'm going to say I'm obscured because that cover is in the way as well. So -1. My team's broken. Another -1, and I am technically within long range as well. So another -1. So that's -3. So it's going to be 6s to take you back, and I only get 1 shot. Nope.
Right, our teams are both broken, so we don't have to test for that. We're now into obviously the morale phase. Let's see if I nerve test.
Yeah.
So I've already lost 4 guys, so on a 1, 2 or 3 I'm fine. 4, 5, 6 I'm shaking. I'm shaking, I can't do anything. Ross, I'm going to instantly concede, buddy.
Yeah, I just really need 1, 2 guys maybe to pass, because I think I'm going to be back up to 5 with some of my guys. Some of them pass, I'm just going to pile shots into you.
The game might have ended anyway after this battle round, but because I can't do anything, guys, it's a free round for Chaos. I've got 1 model left. He has to cause 1 flesh wound.
Yep.
Nah, good game. Chaos, take the day.
Well, David, that was an odd sort of beginning there for Kill Team. You know, obviously we had 2 sort of, 1 quite heavy-hitting army with the Grey Knights,
quite elite.
And then I was bringing a lot of cultists and things all around as well. But overall, still quite a, I want to say a solid victory for Chaos, but near the end there, my whole army just nerve-breaking, which was terrifying.
It was on a knife edge who was going to claim it.
Yeah.
In the end though, my shots kind of let me down.
Yep.
And then allowed you to just get in there. When I was shaking, I couldn't do anything. Your team would then potentially start to recover. It was just time to give up.
Yeah. So a couple things, obviously I think there's going to be a couple of mistakes in that game. There is one key one where basically every time you suffer a flesh wound, you then add on +1 to any further times that you are going to roll to see if your injury chart. However, both of us didn't actually do that, so it kind of balances out.
Yeah, I don't think it would have impacted the game too much, because in most cases I think we rolled quite close to getting them either taken out of action or flesh wounds anyway.
Yeah.
But so some of the models should have been taken out of action on a roll of a 3+ rather than a 4+. But we were learning, it's our first game and we want to share it with you guys.
Yeah, so this was really actually our first one that we've ever done. We've read loads of the rulebook, there's 208 pages. So there is quite a lot to read, so there might be a few mistakes, especially when the actual, when you guys get your hands on the book and you're like, oh guys, you might have done that wrong.
But as the more games we play,
more we play, the more you might tell us that wasn't correct. We'll get them all fixed up for future ones as well.
Learn it out.
But it was really exciting to get Kill Team back on the channel.
So guys, we do hope you guys enjoyed that, giving you guys a little early insight into how Kill Team's going to look on the battle report wise. We really enjoyed that. We hope you guys join us for more Kill Teams. Again, that is at the back now on the channel. Permanent fixture, just like it used to be in the good old days. So with that, guys, we hope you enjoyed. Check us out in the description down below on our Facebook page to see what all they're up to for our updates on our projects. Our Patreon page if you guys want to head over there for any donations. But more importantly, We hope to see you in another Tabletop Assault Battle Report.